and I understand just recently covered the Academy Awards. And when I say recently, I of course mean Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Pat O'Brien. Pat!
You have lived a big life. I think of you as Pat the Cat because you've had 9 lives.
I can't even believe this is Pat O'Brien.
As you know.
How are you?
I'm so great, you can't believe it.
Well, no, you're not. But I will get to that in a minute.
Get to it now.
Why is my chair so low?
I used to get up and say, who do they want me to be? My grandmother died, though.
That I'm sorry to hear.
I am sorry to hear that.
98, died in her sleep.
Oh.
There ain't no better way to go.
Boy, no kidding.
Well, good for her.
Yeah.
But the other 4 passengers in the car were pleased about it.
You're fun. You are fun.
Did you have that mustache as a baby? It's part of the deal. You know, there's only about 2 or 3 good mustaches left in the world outside of porn stars.
Hey, I'm Don Imus with my new cell phone.
See what I mean, everybody? But now I say, who are you, Pat? And I'll tell you, if you don't do that, then you're going to be who somebody else wants you to be, if you're following me.
You know, like I said, what goes around comes around.
Not me, by the way.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Not
You're
me.
completely exempt, right?
Yes, I am.
Hello? How you doing?
Wait, you don't have the antenna up.
Here, let me put my antenna on here.
Suddenly you went from hero to zero.
I did, and I didn't even know I was a celebrity.
What do you mean?
Until I got to rehab, and there's a helicopter flying overhead.
Okay, I was going to say your ego was so big you didn't care.
Grandiosity.
Grandiosity.
I mean, before I got paid to have a big ego. I'm not saying the ego's gone, by the way, and you know that.
It's busy.
People forget I had a 10-year news career. Emmy award-winning news career.
Let's just not forget.
You know, let's not forget that part of it. But I want to pass on what I've learned.
You're a guy who covered celebrities, but you were an equal celebrity with the people you're covering.
It's so weird being on this side of the fence.
And did he always have this voice?
No, he didn't then. He was like this.
Can I be on your show? I've got good hair and makeup people tomorrow. I'll be fine. You TV people do.
That was a special moment the other night when I forgot my name. Did you see that?
No,
Yeah.
really.
So welcome back to our studios here in New York City. My name is, and they're going in my ear. It's Pat O'Brien.
Yeah.
Pat O'Brien.
You should have some cards printed up, Pat, like I do.
That's what I should do.
When you Google me, talk about scary celebrity sites.
I lived through all of it. Don't try this at home, Pat.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the male, the talented, Mr. Court McCown.
Oh, yeah. You have no f***ing idea who I am. That's okay.
The thing is that, you know, you got to listen to your heart, and nobody ever does. I mean, it's not, your heart is what you should follow.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Everything All the Time for a Tuesday. And my host today, my guest host today is Ann Coulter. Hi, Ann. How are you?
It's very good to be here, Pat.
God. We're going to get into last night's Rob Lowe roast, which, I don't know. Neither of us thought it was real funny. Rob's a longtime dear friend of mine. I got a story about him, too. Well, who doesn't?
Who doesn't have a story about him?
But Brian Moses.
I'm thinking of Brian Moses, who did the red carpet for them.
did
the red carpet for them with Ann Coulter, and he's also the host of the Comedy Central's Roast Battle. And he
Who's Brian Ross?
There's Jeff Ross. Jeff Ross, the roast master.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. It was interesting roast last night. It was fun to watch. I don't think it was the greatest one ever, but it was
roasting too many people.
Well, I just thought that the way they went after Ann Coulter, and we'll talk to Brian more about that, but I thought it was fantastic. I mean, she set herself up, you know.
She's such a witch.
Yeah. And she bombed so big. But it was...
and I'm pretty sure she thought it was great.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
But, so my buddy Rob Lowe, and I'll tell you that story when Brian Moses gets on. It's rare that we have Moses on the show.
I know. It's rare.
That's how old we are.
That's how old we are.
By the way, we're just talking for the this is a big time of year because all the sports kind of kick in now except
everything.
For hockey. Yeah. Baseball, coming up to the playoffs in the World Series.
Yes. Healthy living.
That Coke's a hell of a deal.
Yeah.
Baseball, U.S. Opens in the quarterfinals today. Looks like no Americans left on the men's side. Serena Williams looks like she'll
dominate,
surpass Steffi Graf with 24 singles titles. Andy Murray looks like he might win.
Andy
Djokovic
Murray
is-
looked great last night.
Andy Murray. I've been doing tennis for 27 years. He just kind of happened.
He did, but he was
He
one
always
of those.
looks like he doesn't really.
Yeah, but he won the gold medal this year. He won Wimbledon, and for him to come out and play, because they were talking before the match, and they were talking about how he hadn't really looked that great, and then he came out and played this guy, and I don't even remember the guy's name. He was
Dimitrov.
Yeah, and
He always looks so bored, Andy Murray.
He was bored. He beat the pants off that guy.
You know, U.S. Open. Little known fact. I did it for 26 years. That's not the little known fact. The U.S. Open, the 2 weeks of the Open, makes more money for New York City than the entire Mets and Yankees season combined.
I can believe
combined.
it. I went a couple
2
years
weeks.
ago, and it
Well,
is
water's $10.
It's the funnest place to go. And next week we're going to have. I'm hoping we're going to have Murphy Jensen.
Oh, we love Murph.
And Murphy's going to give us a recap of the U.S. Open. I went with him a few years ago, and he was warm up. He would warm up Martina Hingis.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to go on the practice courts with him one day while he was hitting with Hingis, and we were on court 2 of the practice courts. On court 1 was Djokovic, and on court 3 was Andy Murray, and on court 4 was Serena Williams.
Yeah.
It was exciting to watch that, but it's
I
going to be.
discovered Murphy Jensen.
Did you discover him?
He was. I was walking through. Macro and I are walking through the grounds one day, and we see this band playing, and it's Murphy and his brother.
Oh God!
I said, "Who are you guys?" They said, "We're doubles partners."
Yeah, and they won the French Open.
They did win.
They did win.
And but I kind of liked him.
He's a great guy.
So I said, "Why don't you come on the show with me?"
Yeah.
So we had him on. He was great, and we had him on every single day from that moment on.
He's one of the funnest guys. We'll have him on next week.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I talked to him yesterday. It's a good booking on your part. So then college football starts up again, or has started up. USC got hammer nailed by Alabama.
Yeah.
Looks like Alabama's going to go all the way this year. I mean, they're so strong.
They
Although
look great.
USC, it wasn't a great test, but a lot of football this weekend.
Yeah, well,
This-
you can't roll over that Texas game. The Texas Notre Dame game was one of the most exciting college football games I've seen in a long time, and for Texas to pull off that double overtime win, was exciting. It was
That's
fun to
only
watch.
when it gets good.
Yeah.
But I mean, and you look at the schedule, and you forget that all these colleges, Wisconsin, all these colleges are ready to play again already.
Yeah. it's
So
football.
now we got, and then professional football begins this Thursday, and that starts on Sunday, and then it goes on forever.
I love it. It's the best time of year because now it's like you can literally sit down in front of the TV on Saturday morning and leave sometime Tuesday morning and be very content.
And that's the great part about living in California.
Yeah,
I had to get used to it. You get up in the morning, and an hour later there's a football game on.
10 a.m. it starts, buddy.
You know,
10
and
a.m.
in New York, at least you go have lunch and go for a walk or a run, and you wouldn't miss a thing.
Yeah, but you're up late. Here, you're not up late watching the games. The games are over by 9 o'clock. Then you can go out and have dinner and have a good time. And have
New York, you're up till midnight.
Yeah, midnight, 1 a.m. So, but I'm excited. Do you play fantasy football?
No.
Yeah, I finally got suckered into a league this year.
1-800-GAMBLING. Give that number a call, okay?
But I got into this little
come
league,
on,
and
Court.
I don't know.
Are you kidding?
I just thought I'd try it. I have no idea what I'm doing, so any advice anybody has,
I have no advice for you. People always come up to me, who should I take? And then the players tell me that they'll be sitting at a restaurant, and some stranger will come up and say, hey, I need another touchdown from you this weekend, Tom.
Yeah.
You know, and it's irritating the players. But, by the way, you wonder why football's king? Fantasy football.
Fantasy
And
football.
gambling. It's all about gambling. Anyway, the roast, the Rob Lowe, my old friend Rob, from forever ago, I'll tell the story, was roasted. But I'm not sure it was a Rob Lowe roast or a Ann Coulter roast.
It was the Ann Coulter jabs were not few. There were quite a few. We'll talk to Moses about some of the great ones. What I loved is it all started on the red carpet when she got there, and he started on her, and it just continued throughout the evening. And I thought it was fantastic. But
I think she's funny because she's sarcastic. I think she thinks she's funny.
She thinks she's funny. I don't find her funny at all. I thought she was awful.
So when we come back, carrying his tablet, Moses. Be right back.